During the training phase of a GenAI tool, it is fed a vast amount of data by humans. So humans choose what data to put into this GenAI training process. This can include books and articles, photographs, paintings, diagrams, music, speech, videos, code, etc. Anything kind of goes, and it's a little bit of a mystery of what actually is going in the training data sets. The goal of the training isn't to just ingest this data, but it is to learn the patterns and relationships in all of the different tiny pieces of data. So, for instance, how often the word apple or blueberry occur next to the word pie, or how often the word chart is next to the word pie. And during this training phase, it's learning all of these patterns and relationships to develop this probabilistic algorithm to be able to predict what comes next. The next piece of a generative AI tool is they have to operate through prompting. And this is just a set of instructions that you give this tool. It can be very simple instructions or it can be really robust instructions depending on the type of output, which is the third phase that you want to get. So this set of instructions, this prompt that you give a GenAI tool is just a task you're asking it to perform, like summarizing a topic, creating an image, or debugging code, sometimes even creating a podcast. And there's a ton of different ways to prompt a GenAI tool. One framework that works really well to build the specific prompt is called ROSES. And that is role, give the GenAI someone to pretend to be, give it an objective, give it a style. So the format you want it in. Do you want an image? Do you want a video? Do you want a podcast in the style of This American Life? Do you have an example that you can give it so that it can kind of copy it? And then give it a scenario or a specific context for that content. So the more specific your prompt, the likelihood is that you'll get a better output, which is the third phase of a GenAI tool. The quality of your output from a GenAI tool depends on two things: the quality, the origin, and the diversity of the data that it was trained on in that training phase, as well as the specificity of your prompt. It's all connected. So when prompted, a GenAI tool doesn't just spit out facts at you. That's not what it does. It pulls together all of those patterns and relationships that it learned to produce a new output. And it bases all of these calculations on these relationships based on probability. So an 80% chance for this word, a 20% chance for this pixel. And it's all based on the way it connected those relationships in that initial training phase. AI's been trained. AI's been prompted, and now we have the AI output. We're done, right? We aren't done. What has to happen with that output is probably the most important piece of all of this, and that is that human intervention in reviewing that output. So after receiving the output from any GenAI tool, no matter what it is, it requires human review for accuracy, authority, and to investigate any potential bias in that output. And this assures that humans continue to be in the loop through having some oversight about what AI is producing and having those final decisions about what to do with the GenAI's output.